Parents, I'd like to share with you a very simple and effective strategy that you can use to really help build your child's self-confidence, and in addition to that, really help them become much more effective at learning and enjoy their educational process a lot more. Hi, this is Dave Hughes from Ernie, Reyes Martial Arts in Gallatin. I'd like to welcome you to my Life Coach Your Child series. And today what we're going to be focusing on is building on your child's successes. By building and stacking your child's successes in anything that they're trying to accomplish, it's much, much more effective. Now, when I was growing up, the educational system was basically rewarding and teaching you were smarter by how well you could find things wrong and what didn't work, instead of trying to find what does work. In fact, when I was in high school during the early 1980s, back when dinosaurs were still around, there was a class that was basically for the gifted students that was called Advanced Composition and Critical Thinking. Now, I was really proud that I was only one of two juniors that were allowed into that senior class. And in that class, basically what we did was simply sit around in study groups and attack and tear down and find everything wrong with everything around us. What's wrong with this idea? What's going on with that? Why will this not work? What could go wrong? And that was the focus. And we were being rewarded with that by being told, hey, you're the smartest kids in school. Now, if you think about it, finding wrongs you've got to be able to anticipate things that can go wrong, but you've got to prepare and expect the best. By building on your successes, it's a much, much faster and much more effective process. In fact, as an example, the U.S. military, in fact, the U.S. Army contracted Anthony Robbins, the motivational speaker and peak performance coach, to help with their shooting programs, to create better marksmen or to basically make sharper shooters. Now, the traditional way of doing the shooting was to have somebody come in at a distance and take a certain amount of shots, and they'd rate how many of those shots, and to reach marksman you had to have, I believe it was 3/4, and expert really at the top of that. Now, what Tony did was he would start the shooters at a very close range. In fact, so close that they basically couldn't miss. And of course they'd hit the target right, bullseye. Then he'd move them back a little bit. Bullseye again, back further. And with that, he was making sure that they were building on their successes, that their confidence wasn't, and their psychology wasn't gumming up the works. Because of that, he actually got, of his test group, which this is unheard of, he had all 100% shooting at least at marksman level, and the amount of people who shot at expert levels was tripled over what it normally is. That's just a great example how building on your successes can do that and make people a lot more successful. Now, if you want to build your children's confidence, if you want not just a fluff, here's a participation trophy, but if you really want to build their confidence, start with simple assignments, things that they can handle, something that they almost couldn't fail on, and build from there. Moms, if you can't get your husband to clean up the way you'd like it to, or their father who's middle-aged to do it, your kids are going to probably need a little bit more help. It's not just that their mom didn't try. Men are just this way to a large extent. Okay, I'm teasing. But the reality is, a lot of times we put the adult expectations on children and we're not building them. We have to build them up and build their confidence. And when they haven't had those many failures, they don't have those self-doubts as much. Now, you have to fail to learn how to succeed, but by building on your successes is a much faster and much more effective process.